Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to work on my next topic, which is Firebase Android Earth system. So you can use Firebase Earth system to log in with Google, Facebook, OTP in your Android app. So let's get started and work on this tutorial. So first I am going to create a empty Android project. So let's see, Android Studio, create an empty Android project, then giving project name Firebase Earth. Click on finish, and you can see my new project has been created. Now let's work on this tutorial. So first back to Chrome and create a new Firebase project. So Firebase Earth, create project, continue, select account, create project. So here it is creating my Firebase project. Now you can see my project has been created. So click on continue, and here we need to add app. So here we are working on Android app. Previously I show you how you can use Firebase Earth in web, and now let's see how you can use Firebase Earth in Android app. So simply select Android, giving Android app name. So you need to pass the package name. So let's see package name. Back to Android Studio, click on Gradle script, open Gradle, and here is your package name. So copy this package name, which is our application ID. So copy it and paste it. Now Firebase Earth app, click on register app. Now download this Google Service JSON file. So download it. Now let's show in folder and copy this file, and back to Android Studio and come to Android, click on project. Now here you can see it is showing app. So you need to paste your file here in app, and also you can see it is showing Google Service 2. So remove this 2, only Google Service.json. Click on OK. Now you can see file has been pasted inside app folder or app package name. Again change this to Android. Come to main activity. Now again back to Chrome, click on next. Now here we need to add some libraries of Firebase in our project. So first add dependency, copy this dependency, and you need to add this in project level build.gradle. So come to Android Studio, and here you can see project level build.gradle. So select this and paste it here. After that it is showing Google. So you can see Google is already there, and also Google in top, which is already there. Simply click on sync now. Now you can see build successful. So minimize it, and again now you need to work on next setting, which is in app module build.gradle. So first copy this Google service, copy it and open module build.gradle and paste your plugin. After that next is you need to add Firebase BOM library. So copy this and paste it here. After that you need to add Google Analytics. So copy this Google Analytics and paste it here. Click on sync now, and it is done. So in this way Google Firebase imported in our project. Let's close this Gradle file. Also close this Gradle file, and here click on next, and you can see it is checking does our app communicate with Google Firebase server. So you need to run your app to configure with Firebase. So let's start our app. So back to Android Studio and run the app, and here you can see I am using my real device Now let's run this project in our device. So simply click on run, and here I am using Visor for screencasting of my phone. You can see. Now wait for project running. So here my project is running. Let's see one more thing. Back to Chrome and check does it communicate with Firebase server or not. So wait until it get communicated with Firebase server. And here one thing I miss, which is internet permission. So I think it will not work. Uses permission internet. Now it will work. Click on run. Now again back to Chrome, and you can see you can successfully configure or connect it to Firebase server. So our app has been connected to Firebase server. So simply click on continue to console. So my app is connected to Firebase server. So simply first click on authentication and enable the sign up method. So click on setup sign in method, and here I am going to use phone login, Google login and Facebook login. First enable phone login, enable it, save. Now let's enable Google. So enable it and select the project, save. Now enable Facebook login. For this we need some extra data. So let's see how you can get the app ID. So first visit developers Facebook. Open this page. Click on my apps and click on create app and select for everything else. Now here give the app name. So Firebase Earth. Create app ID. Now solving the captcha. Submit. And you can see it is creating app. Now you can see my app has been created. Now we need to set up Facebook login. So here you can see it is showing Facebook login. Now simply click on Facebook login setup. So click on setup, and you can see it is asking for multiple platforms. So we need to use in Android. So click on Android. Now it is asking for download Android SDK. So download it, and it is downloading Android SDK. Or you can simply cancel it and you can use the Android library of Facebook like this. So Facebook Android SDK, and simply come to GitHub, close it, and here you can see all the libraries of Facebook. So we need to only use Facebook login library. You can see Facebook login, Facebook core. So we need to use only Facebook login library. So simply copy this library, come to build.gradle, again build.gradle, and paste the library. Now click on sync now. Again back to Chrome, come to this page, click on next. Now here import the SDK, which I already done. Simply click on next. Next step is our app name. So again back to Android Studio and copy the app ID and paste it. Now here you need to pass the activity name. So here is our activity. First package name, then activity. Click on save. Use this package name. Click on continue. Now here we need to create hash key, which is very important part for generating hash key. And here it is showing multiple options for generating hash key, but I am not going to use this way. Also, if you want to publish your app on Google Play, you need to change the hash key. But for now, I am going to show how you can generate our debug version hash key. So back to Android Studio, and here click on Gradle, open this project, click on App, Task, Android, and click on Sign In Report. And you can see it is showing SHA key. So simply copy it. Again back to Chrome, and you don't need to worry about this command. I am not going to use this command to generate key. I am using a very simple way. Come to Chrome, and you need to come this site which is base64 group. You can use this site to convert your hex data into base64. So you can see it is asking for base64 data, but we have SHA1 key in hexadecimal format. So we need to convert the hexadecimal data into base64. So currently if you see, it is hexadecimal. So let's see one more thing. Copy this, open Notepad, paste it, and remove all the column. So simply remove it and copy this SHA key or fingerprint and paste it here. Now click on convert hex to base64, and you can see it generated the key. If I check again, clear it, convert, and you can see it generated the key. So simply copy the key and come to Firebase, paste it here, click on save, then click on continue. Now after that, again click on next, and here we need to do some settings in string.xml. So simply copy the code, back to Android Studio, come to res file, values, string, also minimize it, and also paste the code. Again back to Chrome, next is internet permission, which I already done. Next is Facebook SDK login. So simply copy it back to Android Studio, come to Android XML, and here inside application tag just paste the code. After that, click on next and click on next, and this is a code for button. So simply click on next and leave this step. Click on next and click on next. Now everything has been done. You can see Facebook SDK is ready. Click on dashboard and click on setting, and here you can see it is showing app secret key. So simply copy it. Now copy the app secret code and paste here. Also copy the app ID and paste here. Now just save it. Save and come to Facebook login, setting, and here you need to pass the auth redirect URL. So come to Firebase, and here you can see it is showing your Firebase auth redirect URI. So copy this URI and paste it here. Simply click on save. So everything has been done for Facebook login. Click on dashboard, and everything has been done for Facebook login. So simply save it. Now Facebook SDK enable, Google enable, phone enable. Now here we need to do one more setting. So here just copy the SHA1 key, simply copy it and click on setting, project setting, and here paste your SHA fingerprint. So back to Android Studio, and earlier I saw click on Gradle, click on task app sign in report. So here it will show SHA fingerprint. So copy this fingerprint back to Chrome and paste it. Click on save, and you can see SHA fingerprint has been added. If you don't give this SHA fingerprint, it will show error. So remember this. And also this SHA fingerprint is only for debug version. When you publish your app on Google Play, you need to add a SHA fingerprint for release version from the key store, which I show you how you can do this for release version of app. Currently we are using debug version of app. So again, here change this to app and minimize it. Also close this. Now let's see. Come to authentication. Click on sign in method. Open Google and it is showing disable. So we need to enable this. Save. And you can see my Firebase project has been enabled for phone login, for Google and for Facebook. Now let's work on our login system. So let's see. Again come to Android Studio and come to build.gradle, and here we need to add one more library for which is used for Google login. So again, implementation, com.google.android.gms.plague-service -auth. Then you need to pass the version. So 18.1.0, which is current latest version of Google Play service. Simply click on sync now, and you can see, and it is showing error. So com.google.android.gms, and here it is colon. Click on sync now. So here I import the library of Play service auth. You can use this library to log in with Google, and you can use this Facebook library to log in with Facebook. Simply minimize it, close this Gradle file. Now let's work on this, our file. So click on split and remove this layout. Change this to relative or linear layout. Orientation, vertical. Remove this. Firebase auth login. Background, select the background. Match parent, padding 10 dp, color white, gravity center. Now let's add some button. So button, login button, which is used for Facebook login. So first I am adding login button. You can see com.facebook.login.widget.login button, which is used for Facebook login. Use this button with match parent, wrap content, ID, FB login. Now add next button, which is button, match parent, wrap content, and background H00. Change this to light color. Text, login with Google. Text color white. Margin 10 dp. Also add margin here. ID, Google login. Now let's add more button. So let's see. We are adding more button. So first edit text, match parent, wrap content, ID, phone input. margin 5 dp, hint, enter phone with country code, change also. Now adding button, so button, match parent, wrap content, margin 10 dp, text, send OTP, background, let's change background, color white, and again copy this OTP input, enter OTP. After that here change this to verify OTP, and here give the button name, send OTP ID, verify OTP. So everything has been done. My layout has been ready. You can see first button is for login with Facebook, second is go login with Google, third is phone number input, fourth is for sending OTP, fifth is for verify input. Now let's check how it look in our device. So come to main activity and let's open Vysor and click on run app. Now let's see how it looks. Now you can see my UI part has been ready. So first work with login with Google. So let's see. First come to XML file and let's see the ID, which is Google login. So create a button, initialize Google login, click Alt plus enter and create method initialize Google login. So here I created the method. After that button Google login equal to find view by ID Google login, then Google login dot set on click listener, new view dot on click listener. After that do Google login. Let's create this method. After that let's see next step. So first you need to create a Google sign in option object. So Google sign in option G option equal to new Google sign in option dot builder, and here you need to pass option. So Google sign in option dot default sign in, then dot request ID token. So here you need to pass the ID token. So how you can get this ID token? So you can get this ID token from your project. Open Google service and here you can see client and client ID. So this is our ID token. So simply copy this. Remember this client ID is our request code. So copy this and close it and paste it here. Now after that dot request email dot request ID and dot request profile. After that dot build. Now next step is, so first adding comment, creating Google sign in option object. Now next step is we need to create a Google client object. So creating Google client object. So Google sign in client G client equal to Google sign in dot get client and pass the context which is main activity dot this and pass the G option, which is G option. So G option. After that, let's see, we need to create an intent launching Google login dialog intent. So intent Google client dot get sign in intent, then start activity for result and pass the intent. And here we need to pass the request code. So pass like Google sign in request. Let's create this constant, create constant, and here setting value 112. So this is Google sign in request code. Now here it will start activity for result, which we get result in on activity result. So here when it will start the activity for result, it will open a dialog, and when we press on sign in yes or no, we will get our result here on activity result. So here check result come from Google. So that's why we need to use sign in request. We can check the request code here with this here. So if request code equal to Google sign in request, means if request code is same with this request code, then we can process the login. So let's see, first adding task object, then here Google sign in account task equal to Google sign in dot get sign in from intent and pass the data. So here data is coming from intent, you can see, and we pass the intent data in get sign in data from intent. Now next is Google sign in account, then account equal to account task dot get result, and here pass API exception dot class, and we need to surround this code inside try catch block. You can see it is showing error, so surround with try catch or change this to exception. Now next step is we need to process the data of Google login to Firebase server. So process Firebase login step and pass the account dot get token, get ID token. After that create this method. So copy this method name, and create the method private void process Firebase login step string token. After that here we need to process the data of token, and here we miss one thing, which is Firebase Auth library. So let's add a Firebase Auth library also, because we are working with Firebase Auth system, but Firebase Auth library is missing. So let's add this also. Change this to Android, click on build.gradle, and here we need to add a library which is Firebase Auth library. Currently you can see you using Firebase Analytics, but Firebase Auth is missing. So implementation. After that we need to pass the Firebase Auth library. So com.google.firebase dot then Firebase Auth. Click on sync now, and you can see Firebase Auth has been imported in our project. Now come to main activity. Now we need to create a auth credential object. So auth credential equal to Google auth provider dot get credential and pass the token. After that pass null and here we need to call the another method which is Firebase. So creating a Firebase object, Firebase earth, then earth dot sign in with credential, and pass the earth credential dot add complete listener main activity dot this, and after that new on complete listener, and you can see everything has been done. So here I added an event on complete listener. When earth is ready, you can get the message here. So here, if task is successful, after that let's see Firebase user equal to earth dot get current user, and after that send user data and pass the user object. After that create a method. So copy this method name, copy method name, and create a method private void send user data, and Firebase user log dot d login success log dot d user, after that user dot get uid. So here I am just printing the user id. Now let's see it is working or not. So here you can see I set up my login method for login with Google, and everything has been done for working with Google login. First here if you see, you need to create a button for login with Google. Then after that I create a method do Google login, which is used for creating a Google option, and it will call the Google service and open a dialog for selecting the account and login with Google. After user click on button, it will come to on activity result. So here we will check where the user come from. So if we check does user come from Google sign in request, then we will get the account details from intent. You can see you can get the account details from intent, which is coming from activity of Google. After that we proceed the next method, which is used for signing with Firebase, and here we will set this data or send this data to Firebase server. So using this Firebase functionality, you can save your user data in Firebase server. After that I just print this user ID, and now let's check it's working or not. So first open Logcat, let's check it's working or not. Let's run this project again. So click on run and open the Vizor, and let's see what happened. Now you can see it is showing the home page. So simply click on login with Google, and let's see what happened. And you can see it is showing the dialog of login with Google. You can see it is showing the login dialog for login with Google. Here I am allowing it. So allow, and you can see login is successful. And if you see here console, let's see, it is showing something error. You can see it is showing something error at line number 84. So it is showing error here. So let's see what actually happened here. So add a debugger here and run the project. Now let's try again. Click on login with Google, and you can see login token, which is perfect. But here if I check, okay, here is our error. I didn't initialize Firebase Earth. So let's stop it and copy in top, and here we need to initialize this earth object. So auth equal to firebase auth dot get instance. Now let's run the project again. So click on run and let's see what actually happened. First open Logcat. So here click on allow. Open Logcat and let's see what actually happened now. So again click login with Google. Let's click again. And here if you see this time it is showing success message and it is showing the user ID which is login successful. So in this way you can implement your login with Google in your app. Now let's see, back to Chrome and open users and you can see new user has been added. Now again back to Android Studio and work on other login system. Now let's work on login with Facebook. So let's see, first come to activity main and copy the ID. So copy ID. After that here initialize Facebook. Let's create a method, then login button, FB login equal to find view by ID login. So first we need to create a callback manager. So let's create a callback manager. Callback manager and here callback manager equal to callback manager dot factory dot create. After that we need to register this callback manager. So come here on activity result, here in else condition callback manager dot on activity result pass the request code, then result code, then data. Now after that again come to this method, so Facebook login and here login button, FB login dot set permission, email and public profile. After that FB login dot register callback manager comma new Facebook callback login result, and you can see it create a method which is overriding the method. You can see register callback, on success, on cancel, on error. So just print the message log.d Facebook on cancel. Let's copy this and paste here Facebook on success and also paste here on error. Now let's work on success method. Now here handle Facebook login and pass the login result object which is coming from this login result. So let's create a method, copy this method name and private void handle login. After that let's see login result and let's work on this method. So let's see again auth credential equal to Facebook auth provider dot get credential, and here we need to pass the access token. So login result dot get access token dot get token, and here credential has been ready. Now let's save this data to Firebase server. So again auth dot sign in with credential and pass the credential. After that dot add on complete listener, and same way main activity dot this, and again new on completed listener. So same way which I create in bottom for process login with setup, and again here setting with Facebook, but this time I change it to Facebook Earth Provider. So let's see next step on complete. If task is successful, then again send user data. So Firebase user equal to earth.get user, and pass the user object again, and let's see .d login success, else log.d login error again. So click on run and let's see what happened. So click on run and open Vysor. Now let's see what happened. Open the Logcat also. So you can see the message here. Now click on continue with Facebook, and you can see it is showing dialog box for login with Facebook, and you can see it is asking for login. So click on continue, and you can see I think login is successful. Let's see. Here you can see on success means our login is successful. And here let's see one more thing. This is called Facebook on success, and here it is calling success method. So you can see my Facebook login is success. You can see it is showing success message, user ID and success message. Back to Chrome, let's check. You can see it is showing the Facebook login, username and email ID. So our Facebook login is successful. Again back to Android Studio. Now let's see next step, which is login with OTP, and work on this. Now here if you open Vysor, you can see it is showing Facebook has been logged in, and now it is showing Facebook logout message. So our Facebook login has been completed. Now let's work on next part, which is login with phone and OTP. So let's see. Here create another method, initialize OTP login. Let's create this method. So copy this and create method here. Let's minimize it and create method here, private void. After that, let's see next step. So first let's access the input. So button OTP or send OTP equal to find view by ID. Then let's see the ID of button. So let's see, send OTP, paste it. Let's check another, verify OTP. Let's see the ID, verify OTP, which is perfect. Next is OTP input and phone input. So again create two more object, edit text, and here phone input, and here OTP input. After that phone input, and here OTP input. After that send OTP dot on click listener, new view dot on click listener, send OTP code. After that let's create this method. So copy method name, private void. After that let's see next step. So here just we need to send the OTP. So simply phone earth provided dot on verification state callbacks equal to new phone earth provided on verification state simply click on tab and you can see all the method has been implemented. Simply close it. Or let's see. Okay, it is perfect. Here you can see I override the method of on verification state. First is verification completed, verification failed, and we need to create another method. So let's see on code send. Now here we need to work on. So let's see, after code has been sended, we need to store in temporary variable or temporary field. So let's see. So here let's create a field first. Let's string verification OTP, and here after that code sent verification OTP equal to S, which is token or verify token. After that, next step is phone auth provider dot force resend token equal to force sending token. So it is done. Now next step is our phone auth provider dot get instance dot verify phone number. After that we need to pass the object or phone number. So here pass the phone number like this. Phone input dot get text dot toString string phone. Now after that pass the phone number here, and let's do some line break. Now after that, next step is we need to pass. Now here we need to pass phone. After that pass timeout, which is 60 seconds. Then we need to pass time unit. So time unit dot seconds. Then we need to pass activity, which is main activity dot this. And after that we need to pass callback. So which is callback. Here you can see this is callback object. So we need to pass the callback object. Now after that, let's see next step, which is verify token or verify OTP. So verify OTP dot set on click listener, new view dot on click listener, and verify OTP input dot get text dot toString. Let's create this method. So copy method name, again private void, and create method OTP string OTP. And now let's work on verify OTP method. So let's see phone credential, phone auth credential equal to phone auth provider dot get credential, and here pass the verification ID which I stored earlier, verification OTP. After that we need to pass the code. So OTP, we need to process the data of login with OTP. So auth dot sign in with credential, same way which I created in previous, dot add on complete listener, again main activity dot this, and new complete listener. So in same way just print if task is successful. So simply Firebase user equal to task dot get result, and after that get result dot get user. Now after that simply send user data and pass the user object. Now let's check it's working or not. So here if you see login with OTP, first I create a method for send OTP code, then I store the verification token. After that, I work on verify OTP. Here we need to pass the verification token and pass the OTP. And after on success, on complete, we can get the user data. So let's see it's working or not. So let's run the project again. Click on restart, open Vysor, open the Logcat also. Let's run this project again and let's see what actually happened now. So here, after passing the testing phone number, click on send OTP and verify OTP. After that, click on verify OTP and it is showing error. You can see it is showing error. So let's see what is the problem. So here just print the token log.d error or success verified. Copy this, success failed, and here e dot print. After that, everything is perfect. So let's see. Also surround this code inside. Also let's check it's working or not. So again restart the project, back to Vysor, and let's check what is the problem. Also turn on the debugger to get error easily. So let's see what actually happened. Run the project and wait for running the project. Click on send OTP and this time you can see it is come in code sent. So this time our code has been sent successfully in the phone number. So click on next. Now click on next and click on next and let's see it is working or not. So we need to verify the OTP. So let's do it. Now let's open Vysor and enter the OTP. So entering OTP 438587. Click on verify OTP and open Logcat and you can see this time login is successful. So our login with OTP is working also. If you check in Chrome, let's click on users and you can see my phone login has been successful. So in this way you can create a login with Facebook, Google and OTP login in your Android app. Now in next tutorial I will show you how you can handle this data to your server, means how you can pass the data to your server and your server give you some access to work in your app and to call other API. So in simple word, when you are working with real-time application, generally what actually happen, when we pass the data like username, password to server, they will return some access token and using this token you can access the API. So in same way, here currently we get the token of Firebase which is successful message of user and we can get the token of user, means our login successful with Firebase. So now in next tutorial I will send this token to server and pass the token in server, then I will return some token from server. So we don't need to verify token or don't need to verify login details again in server. We just need to do a small verification check, which means our token is valid or not, from which is coming from Firebase. Then if it is valid, we need to return the custom token from server and using this token we can call the other API of our server code. So I will cover this in next part. Now let's see how you can check whether user is logged in or log out. So let's see, if suppose that user is logged in, so you don't need to show the login page. So let's see how you can check this. So first let's create activity, Java project, creating activity, new activity and empty activity, and make this home activity. Click on finish. Now here in this page I am going to show the user detail in home page. So let's see, come to layout file and here adding some layout. So first linear layout, orientation, vertical. Now here first text view, match parent, wrap content, id equal to username. After that phone. After that email. So I am going to show these three options in this home page. So let's see. Again come to main activity, home activity, text view, username, find view by id, r.id, username. Let's access other inputs or text view, email, phone. Then after that phone, let's see, phone, and next is email. So I am going to show this detail in home page. So simply Firebase earth equal to firebase dot get instance. After that if earth not equal to null, if earth dot get user not equal to null, and after that if earth dot get user dot get display get phone number not equal to null, then phone dot set text phone plus earth dot get user dot get phone number. So here I am going to show the phone number when phone number is not null. Again copy this, paste it, and here get display name. So here username, get display name. After that get email, and email. So here going to show email. After that these all details will show in text view. Here in main activity I need to show the user detail. So let's see here, if earth dot get user not equal to null, so simply start activity, new intent, main activity dot this, and home activity dot class, finish. So it will not show the login page again when user is logged in. So let's see it is working or not. So first restart your app, open Visor, and here you can see our user is redirect to home page and it is showing the phone number. So this is working, and if you click on back button it's not showing the login page again because we use this method. So it is working and you can access the user detail using Firebase Earth. So everything is working fine. Now in next tutorial I will show you how you can send this data to our server, whether it is PHP or Django server, and create a custom token so we can call the API of server using the custom token and access the other page. So generally we see API in server. What actually happened is when we log into server, it gives us some token and we can use this token to log in or access the other pages. So in that same case here, we will send this Firebase Earth token to server, and our server will verify the token is valid or not by communicating with Firebase server. Then after receiving the response, we can generate the new token to our devices, so we can use this token to call other API. So here Firebase work as a mediator for login system, means we can use Firebase for login with Facebook, Google and OTP and nothing else. So I am just using this three concept of Firebase for make our login easier. So I hope you like the video. Thanks for watching. Please like our video and subscribe our channel.